Welcome to the Deck 4 podcast. You can access episodes, companion articles, research notes and links, as well as information about our contributors and supporters at deck4podcast.com. Hope you enjoy the program. It's interesting what you were just saying about the passage of time and looking into the noughties, and that's something that is a common theme. The early series that I guess people of my generation have loved, with Burnside and Yorkie and Taffy and all the original crew, and of course it changed as time went on. Perhaps people of my generation are not as kindly disposed to the later episodes when the format changed. But your fascinating interview with Todd Carty talking about that long storyline between him and June Ackland and some of the, I guess, the demands on the intensity of maintaining the intensity as an acting challenge, it sort of made me change my opinion a little bit. And I was quite surprised to learn that, like, literally on the eve of its cancellation, it won BAFTAs, didn't it?
Yeah, it won the BAFTA for Best Continuing Drama, and within a year it's gone. I mean, it was just a crazy decision. And I've recently, for the first time, watched some of that last series. And they're excellent. I mean, they're really, really good. And seeing it in HD, because again, the DVDs are cropped, widescreen era 90s Bill, like cropped to 4:3, zoomed. We're missing half a picture on some of those. And then on the drama channel, some of the quality is questionable. I don't know where they've got what master tapes, if indeed they are master tapes, have been sourced. So it was really nice when I think it was Watch showed the 2010 season, and I got to see a fair amount in like true HD, and they were excellent. I think I struggle with the I do struggle with the sort of 2005. It was a soap then. What I'd find interesting would be to take some of those episodes, cut them down to the half-hour standalone format, and just have the guest storylines in. I'd be really interested in doing that with a few episodes, presenting them to people who have never seen it, and sort of say to reappraise without the soap element. But there are people who love the soap element, and there are people who love those characters. There are lots of fans for that sort of 2008, 9, 10, when it was, I think, Jonathan Young producing, Tim Key producing. It wasn't a soap then. It was a really good drama. But there are a lot of fans who've only seen those episodes. That's what they know the bill as. And Smithy, there's people who just know Smithy and Gina Gold. Sergeant Peters probably wouldn't mean a lot to them, and I don't know what they'd make of it, of seeing some of the old ones. But I can only assume, because they've been pretty popular on UK TV Play, that the demand. I think the biggest shame is that the actors aren't paid residuals properly. I think that's a real. Yeah.
I've noticed on some of their social media just talking about that, and that's quite outrageous, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, because someone's making money out of it.
Yeah, but there always is.
But
yes.
Not the people whose work is actually.
No. One thing that was very interesting in one of the recent podcasts with Natalie Rolls and Suzanne Maddock, Natalie Rolls was talking about the absence of Twitter and social media when they were in it, and even then she would get accosted in the supermarket. How do you see now the impact of social media, and what effect does that have on the actors that are in high-profile work at the moment, and even perhaps the producers and writers, and does it perhaps influence the creative process?
Yeah, it's interesting. I suppose the two shows I can sort of do a rough approximation to, Unforgotten and Line of Duty, both, cop shows on now, and I really like how the Unforgotten, Chris Lang, the writer, just uploads his scripts to his website, said, if you're interested, have a look. It's a very sort of open, helpful platform. But also there's a confidence there, as if to say, well, look, this is how we've done it. It's well received, and this is how I wrote them. And if it helps young writers, great, and going on and have a look. And there's a kind of quiet confidence there that he believes in his own work, and why not? Because it's fantastic telly. We binged all 4 series very quickly. But what, you know, if I'd been working on it, it's like anytime there was an old, I mean, John Salthouse is in the first season, but like any time there was like a former copper, there was a copper working in a bar, I think, who'd like done a breathalyzer test. I'd have had Mark Wingett playing that part, you know, or Andy Paul or someone like that. You know, everyone would be former Sun Hill. That's just me though.
Looking back at the bill, because they made it look so easy and because it was so natural, you sort of tend to forget what good actors they are. And once again, that was sort of really interesting to read in witness statements, just the amount of effort that went into the performance and into absolutely everything, you know, to make it look so easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Trudy Goodwin is just absolutely phenomenal. The most humble, down-to-earth, no ego. I mean, just such a nice, lovely lady. You know, very smart. Although I'm imagining her doing a sort of like, oh no, you know, sort of, that's just how she is, very self-effacing and it's always got so much time for the fans. And when you think, you know, it was only the 7th podcast she did quite early on, and that was via the agent. It wasn't via anyone saying, you know, put a word in. But, yeah, she's wonderful. But she's so good. Like, if Trudy is threatened, if June is threatened, like, if it feels like a member of my family's being threatened, which is all down to her. She's created that. Fine, there's a legacy, a history of the writers. But no, I think that you're right. That they do just feel like, almost like family.
Podcast terms and conditions can be found at our website, deck4podcast.com. You can contact us there or on our social media. Find us on the major podcasting platforms, and we're also on Substack, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. This has been George Fairbrother. Thanks for listening.